Hello, everybody, and welcome to this week's Meet the Wildcats. The intent was to get a couple of baseball players on here from the team this year, but that was not possible due to lift schedule and Jack having to go to Minneapolis for a family situation. So I wish Jack and his family the best. So what I'm going to do is we're going to bring one new Wildcat. He'll be here in the spring of 2023. We'll meet him today, but first I want to talk about a couple things. Number one, anybody out there, by the way, if you want to ask a question, you can gladly just send me a note, or let me see, comments, reactions. There we go. You can send me a note or ask a question or just make a comment if you want. So, hey, we got one up there. Thank you very much. We have some people watching. So, everybody knows about the spring trip. The spring trip fundraising is continuous. It's ongoing. It'll go on until December 31st. Unfortunately, the deadline was today in order to fly, and we don't have enough money raised to fly. So we will be driving. I'd love to be able to fly with the guys, but it's just financially we can't do it unless we get a whole bunch of money and I go back in and try to get another contract and they keep the same price or lower it. But right now, as of right now, we are not going to be flying. We're going to be driving. With that said, we have raised what shows there is $24,740. There is a $5,000 matching donation, which brings us up to about $29,700, and then we've got several checks, some cash donations, etc. So we're up about $32,000. Now it sounds like a lot of money. If we were to just take the bus, the minimum it would be $29,000 just for the bus ride. That's why we unfortunately have to drive. I would have loved to have flown, but just can't make that happen right now. Unless again, if we keep on getting a little bit of money and then I can get a contract that works for the players. So what does that mean for our schedule? This is what it's looking like for our schedule this year. I don't know if you all can read it. I'm going to read it up on a big screen over here. All right. The 9th or the 19th of March, I would love to play a game en route. It's a 3-day drive to Florida. It's about 27 hours to Clearwater. So I wanted to break it up into 3 days with one short day and then one shorter day, and then 2 8 to 10 hour days. If we do that, I want to play either the 9th or the 19th en route, either to or back from Florida. We play in Florida. Right now, I only know of 2 games that we have. We have more than 2 games, but right now there's only 2 that they've told me that are scheduled. And that's the 13th of March, and that's going to be in Leesburg, Florida, which is about 2.5 hours away from Clearwater. And that is Lake Sumter State Community College. And we also play in Clearwater on the 18th of March. That's going to probably be a morning game because that's our getaway day. And we will be playing Kishwaukee Community College. Lake Sumter is a Florida school and Kishwaukee is a Chicago area school. So we will be playing those two. Now on the 12th, the 14th, the 16th, and 17th, we will also have games, and those all should be in Clearwater. Going on, we come back, and that Wednesday when we get back, we have Ridgewater for 2, and then we start our conference season with LRSC, then we have MCC. You can see we have quite a few games at home right away, so hopefully the weather will cooperate. The conference schedules, the games, we don't have any say in when we play. After those, we're going to play CLC and Brainerd for a couple during the week. It's basically what it works out to is Wednesdays we'll play 2, and then Saturday, Sunday we'll play 2. I believe that the games in Glendive, it shows 15, 16 April. I think that's actually 16, 17 April now. But as you can see, we have a whole host of games. Total, we're going to have over 40 games this year if the weather holds up. Because of the donations, we're able to play a full schedule or close to a full schedule. And in junior college, Division III, you're allowed to play over 55 games a year. Obviously, with our weather, we can't take advantage of that, but we're going to get in the 40s. Then we cap the season off against Ridgewater away. Then that next week, or 8 days later, we'll be playing in St. Cloud at the NJCA regional. I believe it's St. Cloud this year. I have to verify that. But as you can see, it's quite the schedule. We got a lot of games on tap. It's going to be busy. Every Saturday, every Sunday is going to be taken. Every Wednesday, we plan on playing. Except for 1 week, I think we don't have a Wednesday game. Now, what that means for the players is they're going to be busy and they're going to have to be on it. So I'll talk to the players, but my intent right now is to have Mondays off where they won't do anything. Just give them a chance to study, to get some things done. If it's more advantageous for them to do it on a Tuesday, we'll do it on a Tuesday. Wednesday we play. Then Thursday we'll practice. Friday we'll practice or be on the road to our next sets of games. So as you can see, it's a full schedule. It's going to require that they stay on top of their studies. It's going to require that every man pull the same direction in order for this to work. But I'm really excited because this could be a fun season. I'm anxious to see how well they do against not only the league, but the other teams in the area. So that's our schedule. If anybody wants to see it, I'll put it out on the internet here probably right after Christmas break. I want to sit down and talk to the individual coaches and make sure we're squared for times. Make sure that works for their travel and our travel, etc. But that's what we have right now, a full schedule, obviously. So what I wanted to do and we don't have any questions out there, but what I wanted to do was bring on a future Wildcat. Now, this gentleman is the first player I ever signed. I've recruited one other player here, but he didn't sign a letter of intent because it was so late in the season, etc. But Wrigley is a product of West Fargo area. So he's a local boy. He's an outfielder, and I'd just like to bring on Wrigley at this time. Hey, Wrigley, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thanks for being on here today. I'm
Of
excited.
course.
I'm excited to see what you can do. Hey, so tell me a little bit about it. You're a senior in high school right now. You're fixing to move away from home for the first time,
hmm
take college courses, and obviously play college baseball. What is it? Is there anything that is a little intimidating for you?
Well, I guess just being away from home for the first time, I guess, is the biggest thing. But and just kind of worried about how, not worried, but just interested to see how college classes are going to be like and how much different they are, the homework load, stuff like that. Just kind of trying to see how I can balance my time the most efficient way possible, especially with the practices and baseball, and because you have to dedicate your time equally in every way possible towards that kind of,
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's equal because you're in class a lot more than you're in baseball. We have those 2 hour
well, yeah,
practices, but I understand exactly what you're
effort
saying.
wise.
Yeah, and it's every. I mean, it's 6 days a week, right? So that's different for baseball than probably what you've had in the past. What are you going to study?
I'm gonna study electrical technology at NDSCS, so I think that'll be fun
Yeah,
thing for me.
they have. I don't know how many schools you looked at, but our electrical program is top rated. I think. What are your impressions?
Yeah, that's kind of one of the reasons I wanted to come here. Just local, get that in-state tuition. Uh, but yeah, I've heard a lot of good things about it, so that was definitely one of the reasons I wanted to go here.
So are you going to go to the industrial side, the house, home electrician? Which one
Yeah,
do you want to do?
residential, commercial, definitely. I'm not trying to. I mean, definitely money's definitely a factor, but I want to be comfortable and happy with what I'm doing. I don't want to force myself to do anything. Just want to, you know what they say, you never work a day in your life if you have fun at your job. So,
There you go. I love it. I love it. Yeah, absolutely.
yeah.
What what was the biggest draw to you for coming to NDSCS?
Mm, I definitely one of the biggest things was baseball, and the fact that they had a really, I knew it was up and coming, but like I definitely wanted to play baseball, and I knew the electrical side of things here were really like impressionable. A lot of people know about it. It's I mean, yeah, impressionable, but yeah, definitely baseball. I definitely want to continue doing that here, and I think it'll be fun.
Yeah. Well, as far as the baseball, then what are your expectations as far as level of competition? Have you been able to watch any of the JUCOs around?
I have not been able to see any of the competition. I should probably go to a few games this year to see what it's going to be like in the future, just so I can kind of get a grasp of the difference between Legion High School to the next level.
Yeah, a lot of guys have commented that the game is faster. That's the biggest difference. I mean, hitting's hitting, throwing's throwing, catching's catching, right? But it's just the
Yeah,
how quick the game gets speeds up on you because everybody in for the most part everybody in college is the best players in their high school team. So you're getting the best of the best that you're playing against all the time, which is more of a challenge, but it's also a heck of a lot more fun.
absolutely.
What are mom and dad thinking about you moving away from home?
I don't know if they'd be happy, but I may be a little relieved that that don't have to deal with me a whole lot. I'm sure I know they love me, and they if I wanted to come back, they would let me back. But I don't know. Definitely a change of pace would maybe be helpful for both of us, I guess you could say.
Yeah, when you visited, it was obvious to me that there's a lot of love in that family, and that you care for your parents, and your parents care for you a lot. You could see that in the way you guys interacted. And the good thing is you're what 45, 50 minutes away from home.
Yeah, it's not too far. It's an hour's pretty much nothing in the grand scheme of things, so I'm not too
It's an
worried
hour
about the
in the summer, but
distance.
in the winter it could be 4.
Yeah, it could be, especially up here.
Yeah, especially when you get on those side roads, right? Yeah. So, what what's it looking like for this spring for your team, your high school team?
Well, last year we had a lot of seniors, like 10 or so. I know 7 out of those guys was like our starting lineup had a lot of seniors, so it'll definitely be different. We went 10-0 last year for that team, but we did not make it past EDC, which was really unfortunate. Speaking that we were the number one ranked team, but I think it'll definitely be interesting to see what this team could do this spring. Speaking that we got a whole new starting lineup pretty much, so yeah, I think it'll be cool.
So your teams, you're going to be the senior, one of the few seniors on the team, I take it. So
We got like not as much, probably about half as many seniors as we
okay,
did last year.
so you're going to be looked at as one of the leaders of the team, expected to lead.
Yeah,
Good, that's good for you because that's what I want to see. I want guys who come into this program with a little bit of leadership potential and
yeah,
have
for
done it
sure.
before. And you come from what I like is you come from a winning program too, which is you know
Hmm.
how to win. You've done it, and we're trying to build that tradition here. It's kind of it's fun, but it's also a little bit. I got to find the right word here. A little bit intimidating. You walk through our halls in the athletic department, national champion, national champion. Played in the national championship, all the different sports. The only one that hasn't is baseball. But that's because it's a 2-year program and we're just starting. Someday we hope
Yeah,
to do that. I'd love to be in contention for the conference this year or next year. Maybe you can be a part of that.
I mean, yeah, definitely. I mean, that's always the goal is to win. Maybe in the time that I'm there, we could try and put a banner on the wall for us, but it's early, so we can only do the best to our ability.
And that's exactly right. You don't determine whether you win or lose on a lot of cases. It's if we played the New York Yankees 99 times, we're going to get beat 99 times, right? So
Yeah,
it depends on how much skill we gain and how much better we get. That'll ultimately determine how well we do, as well as obviously the competition, because everybody's looking for people, and I think we're lucky to have you, and we look forward to having you with us next year.
yeah, I think it'll be a blast. I'm excited for what we and eyes can do as a team.
Yeah,
Just
I
see
think,
a whole new group of guys.
and that's the thing with junior college baseball. It's a turnover every 2 years. Some great things about junior college baseball is younger guys get a chance to play. You go to a 4 year, it's really hard for a freshman to break into the lineup. Junior college is not as tough because you're competing against 18 and 19-year-olds, whereas you go to a 4 year school, you're competing against sometimes 23-year-olds nowadays, especially with COVID. There's some 24-year-old guys out there playing, and you're an 18, 19-year-old kid. It's a little bit different in the maturation levels, physical abilities. So, yeah, I think junior college has a lot of advantages. And for you, this is a perfect fit because you want to be an electrician, do electrician technology. You get a chance to be away from home, which is a good thing, in that you're going to grow. You're going to get more mature and be more independent, which is what all parents want, right? Is their child to be independent and move on in life. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it, and we're looking forward to seeing you in action here, and hopefully I can get up there sometime this spring and actually watch you guys in games.
Yeah, for sure. I'm definitely looking for you in the crowd when you're out there. But I don't know. I think it'll be definitely a new fun experience. I'm excited. I'm excited to see what's gonna happen.
All right, so everybody, that's Wrigley. He's like I said, from West Fargo area. He's going to be one of our future outfielders for the Wildcats, and we appreciate you being on. All right, so without the other two players that we had wanted to have on, again, some scheduling difficulties, I thought it was more important that they do their lift today than be on the show. So hopefully we'll have one or two on next week. I know we're looking for Nikki Zoch to be on next week, and hopefully I can get another infielder that will join us. And if anybody has any questions, go ahead and light my email up at school, jonathan.reinbold@ndscs.edu. Anything you guys need to know or want to know, just send me a note. Hopefully, like I said, we'll have this schedule up right after Christmas. This is just the tentative schedule. It is pretty much where we're going to play. And when we're going to play, it's just the times are going to be a little bit different. And then spring trip will get fleshed out. Again, thank you for everybody for your donations. As you can see, we've done an outstanding job. I really appreciate all those people out there that have opened up their pocketbooks and given for these young men. Give them experience of a lifetime. Go to Florida, play some games, have a little time maybe to go to the beach, that type of thing. Oh, we got a question here. When will we see a team roster on the website? When we get back, we'll set it up with the photographer. We'll have fresh uniforms and fresh hats, all that. So we did get our uniforms ordered. They're supposed to be here right before the new year. So we're within 30 days of getting those uniforms. I'm ordering a set of hats today, and a second set of hats. So we'll have a red hat and a black hat. Those are also donated, so that didn't come out of any of this money. All this money is, in fact, there for the trips this year. So, and if anybody has any questions, you know what I could do, Jim? I could give the roster out just without the pictures. I guess that would probably be a smart thing to do. I got to talk to our SID, who's also the women's assistant basketball coach. But thank you for that note. That's probably a good thing to do, is get it out right away. Any other questions out there? We have about a 30-second delay on this, so I'll give you another 5-10 seconds and see what we have. All right, doesn't look like anybody else has got a question for us. Again, thank you for joining us today. Next week, we should have a couple of the ball players on who are currently on the team, and hopefully we can bring in our recruits as they flow in. I have a meeting tonight at 7 o'clock with our next recruit, so I'll ask him if he wants to be on the show. Wrigley, I appreciate your time. Say hello to your folks for me, and everybody have a great week. Hope your Thanksgiving was great, and looking forward to Christmas. We'll probably do this one more time, then take a little break from Christmas and come back after Christmas break. So Enjoy, everybody.